When we work with the enterprise level application, then there is a need if any other program or any other process taking more than enough time, then we perform automatically cancellation so that user don't spend much time on the waiting. So for the automatically cancellation, that's the point where cancellation token concept really shines. Hello everyone, welcome to TechWeb Dots. Today's session is based on cancellation token, and it is a very important topic in ASP.NET Core with Entity Framework. Okay, so let's go ahead without wasting time. So now, as you can see, all the green bullets we have already covered in our previous recorded sessions, and the important link is given in the description of this video. For the current session, we are going to discuss cancellation token with its advantages, and especially our complete focus will be on how to inject a cancellation token in MVC Entity Framework Core and use that token to detect and cancel a request if that is taking more than enough time. Okay, so let's go ahead without wasting time. There are few very important points that I would like to discuss with you. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, to use cancellation token source is the prior requirement. As you can see in our controller class, we are creating a cancellation token source variable and specifying it as null. Okay, and let me give you a brief information. A cancellation token is to observe while waiting for the task to complete, and the cancellation token is generated by cancellation token source. So you can see the cancellation token source can generate the cancellation token. Cancellation token source implements the interface iCancelable operation and can therefore be registered with cancellation token and allow cancellation with the cancel method. Okay, so cancel method is another important method that we use to cancel the operation. When you catch the operation cancelled exception error, you will see the error message. Means when we finally call the method for cancellation, at that time we will throw exception, and that will be of type operation cancelled exception. Don't worry if these points are not clear. I will explain all these points in detail, and meanwhile just have a look. As you can see on this image, we are using a edit method of post type. Okay, and in that we are receiving a book object, and in that we are creating an instance of cancellation token source, and then we are providing a 4000 millisecond, and which says send a cancel after 4000 millisecond or call cancellation token source dot cancel method. Okay, so both works in the same way. By default, cts.cancel method takes 5000 millisecond. Okay, but now we are putting it cancel after 4000 millisecond. Okay, and then after that you can see we are fetching the token from cancellation token source, and then after that these are the typical implementation in the controller where we are calling the save async method of our repository. So if you are interested in repository pattern, the link is also given in the description of this video. Then after that you can see if there is any exception coming from the save async method, then we are handling that as a operation cancelled exception, and we are adding this exception detail into our model state. Okay, ideally it is not the best practice to directly use the error message into the model, but just for the demo purpose I am using it. Okay, so let's move ahead for the few more very important points that I want to discuss with you. Okay, so as you can see in terms of implementation, earlier we provide as a parameter cancellation token. Now you can see in our repository we are modifying this method save async, and in that what we are doing, we are manually putting a 5000 millisecond delay, so this request will fail. But in ideal scenario, when you are working in the real-time web application or the enterprise level web application or any type of application, if that is taking more time either because of the in-memory processing or the server-side processing or the database processing, so in that case it is really helpful to automatically cancel the long-running task and perform the action that you really want to do. Okay, so as you can see further, we are calling the save changes async and the commit method. Okay, so just few more important points. This cancellation token is used by the task to check whether cancellation is requested by checking the IsCancellationRequested property of the cancellation token. You can see we are using the ct.IsCancellationRequested, means after 4000 millisecond this flag will convert it from false to true, and then it will throw if cancellation requested exception. Okay, and that will be handled by the controller catch block that I just shown you in my previous slide. Okay, another point is all thread will stop after cancellation requested. You will be notified via a runtime exception, and exception, when I say exception, it is the same through the operation cancelled exception. Okay, cancellation token in your ASP.NET Core app to stop execution of all async tasks after a period of time. Mostly cancellation pattern is used with task, and if you need just one cancellation token, you can use default token by accessing task.factory.CancellationToken. And just one more thing, in throughout the implementation of all the concepts of entity framework core, I have used async and await stream, means async and await request processing with the help of task. So I strongly suggest you to watch all the important concepts in which you are interested, and link is as usual available in the description of this video. So let's switch to Visual Studio to see all these things in action. Before moving to Visual Studio, so this my application is already running. Let me show you if I perform the editing. So you can see if I change, so this is working perfectly fine as expected. So let me close this for now. Okay, and go back to the Visual Studio. So this is the same application on which I was working in my earlier recorded sessions, and this is a very simple typical application of ASP.NET Core with MVC with code first approach. You can see we have controller, we have data access, and we have models, and we have views. Okay, and we have implemented repository pattern as well. So if you need this piece of code, just check out the link for the GitHub repo. Now I have already commented the important lines that we should use to implement the cancellation token. As I said earlier, we will create a cancellation token source variable. Next, we will specify 4000 millisecond. Okay, just specifying here. So if my request is completed within 4 seconds, then it will be processed. Otherwise, the cancellation will be true. Okay, and then we are fetching the token from here and then passing the cancellation token to save async method of the repository. Okay, and just one more thing, here we are specifying the catch block, which is operation cancel exception, and here we are directly specifying the message whatever we will receive after getting operation cancel exception. And one more important point is you should also call the dispose method to free all the resources that you are using in this operation. It is one of the best practice. Okay, let's move to the repository, and in this repository you will see we are making changes in the save async method. What we are doing exactly, we are manually specifying the delay of 5000 millisecond. It means it will take 5-second delay when it will come in this method, and then this property will automatically convert it to true, and then we will throw if cancellation requested. Okay, so let's see all these things in action. Okay, so let me run this application once again after making changes. Now I strongly suggest you to watch the previous series to get how this application is actually working, and all correct operations are working perfectly fine. If I click on edit, let me apply the breakpoint here so we can see all these points in action. Let me make the changes, hit on save. So breakpoint is here. Now changes we are applying. Okay, 4000 millisecond is applied. Now we are calling save async, hit F11, record 0, delay of 5000 millisecond. It will take time, and yes, now if you will check this property, it is returning true, and now we are throwing the exception, and the result is coming as expected. The operation was cancelled. Okay, and let me show you from where this error message is coming. So if I go back to the books controller, you can see we are directly specifying the error message that we are receiving. Okay, so from here this message is coming. I strongly suggest you to take this piece of code from GitHub repo and do as much as experiment you can perform and try to learn more from this piece of code. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. I would like to discuss few more advantages with you. So with the recent practical implementation, now you are able to understand how important cancellation token is and how we can inject cancellation token in MVC application with Entity Framework Core. Okay, so let's discuss the few more important advantages. This cancellation token can be very helpful when you are working with a long running request that you don't want to continue using up resources and set up timeout to cancel those all long running requests. Okay, it is also possible to use a cancellation token source object to inform a p-link queue, which is parallel link queue query, to stop processing under the correct conditions, typically because of user intervention. So we can say this cancellation token phenomena is also supporting in p-link queue as well. And ASP.NET Core provides a mechanism for the web server, that we can say Kestrel with .NET Core, to signal when a request has been cancelled using cancellation token. And in MVC especially will automatically bind cancellation token parameter in an action method to HttpContext.RequestAborted. This point is very important. Let me repeat once again. MVC will automatically bind any cancellation token parameter in an action method to HttpContext.RequestAborted token using the cancellation token model binder. That's the main class. This model binder is registered automatically when you call service.addMVC or addMVC core in startup.config services. This is exposed as HttpContext.RequestAborted, but you can also inject it automatically into your actions using model binding. So I hope you like this video. If you have any question, any comment, any suggestion, you can write in the comment box. I will reply on that as soon as possible, and your feedback is very important. That's the only inspiration for me to create such videos. If you like my hard work, so don't forget to hit on the like button and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.